Hey everybody, it's Trags alongside Josue Pavone of WEEI
what up?
And CLNS Media. What was not up is Al Horford's game in game number 3. Celtics, Josue, have to get him going. What do Brad Stevens, coaching staff, and his teammates do to get Al Horford on track in game number 4?
I think you have to constantly get him his touches. You know, you have to observe those mismatches, try to get him in the post, make sure that he gets very comfortable down there, and continue to do that. You know, I just feel like a lot of the time throughout, especially in the first half, I saw a lot of what Doc Rivers used to call hero ball. You know, guys chucking up shots, settling for jumpers, in transition jump shots, which drove me, crazy watching it. And then you saw that carry over into the second quarter. It was almost as if they thought that there was a 6-pointer that's going to change the outcome or the deficit, I should say, that they were facing throughout the entire game. And those hero ball shots are just not gonna cut it, not gonna fly. Slow things down a bit, throw it down low to Horford when you can, and when you get him up top, make sure you work him into the offense and constantly get him his touches.
Brad Stevens told Doris Burke on the ESPN broadcast he had 0 shot attempts in the first quarter. That can't happen, obviously.
Right.
And he had, believe it or not, he had 3 more rebounds, 7, than he had shot attempts in the entire game. He was 2 for 4 from the field.
Yeah, it seemed like Tatum, Rozier, Brown started taking their turns in that first quarter. Just wanted to quiet the crowd up because obviously they were going. The Cavs had the lead throughout the entire stretch, but in that first quarter, they obviously hit the gas pedal, and the Celtics just never really came back from it.
And obviously, it's dangerous to really judge Al Horford by his point production. This is a guy who is maybe the best facilitator on the team. And it's strange to say that about a power forward swingman who, scores 15 points a game, but he really does. The offense, when it's clicking, really does roll through him.
I think his field goal attempts is the number you want to keep a close eye on. We've seen it throughout the postseason, especially against Milwaukee. I remember that game 3 in Milwaukee, he had a similar stat line in terms of how many attempts he had, but when he tends to take 11, 12, 13 shots, that's when I feel like he's most productive, whether he's going off for 20 or whether he's scoring 13 or 14. Just making sure he gets his touches and get his attempts, I think, makes a huge difference and really gets the other guys going.
And I don't know if it's me, and I haven't broken down the stats on this. Al Horford seems to be a much better 3-point shooter at home than he is on the road. What I'd like to see from Al Horford, what I'd like to see from Big Al on Monday night in game number 4 is a post presence. And granted, he's not a bruiser, but he has moves down at the basket that I would like to see. Even if he doesn't finish, I'd like to see him more of an effort to draw the Cleveland bigs into foul trouble, namely Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson.
Right. We saw what he did against the Bucks. We saw what he did against Joel Embiid, the up fakes, the footwork.
Right.
That's a tough matchup, tough defender, or excuse me, a tough offensive production to defend down low.
Right.
And I just don't think Cleveland Cavaliers had that guy to match up footwork wise and someone who can really bang down low in the post. I don't think the Cleveland Cavaliers want to see that happen. The Celtics have to try to make sure that happens, or he gets his touches down low and where he can be effective.
If Brad Stevens goes with Aaron Baines in the starting lineup for, let's say, Marcus Morris, that is another reason to post up Al down low, because it gives him a chance. If they're doubling him down low, it would probably leave Aaron Baines wide open.
Trags, you really want to see Aaron Baines starting this game?
I really do, only because I think the message it would send to the Cleveland bigs early on, and Aaron Baines is a bruiser. The Celtics need to come out in game number 4 with the mentality, we're on the road, we're going to take it to you.
Do you think a lot of this has to do with Tristan Thompson being starting to start?
Yes,
lineup?
I do.
Okay, so you're saying, all right, well,
you got to match him.
I think you have to match it. I see what you're saying. I see the intensity. I do still like Marcus Morris in the starting lineup, but I do see what you're saying in terms of getting Al going. We've seen Aaron Baines in the past bang down low, make things a little bit easier for Al Horford. So maybe that's the case. Maybe that'll help. Either way, we have to see Al Horford get his touches, and we have to see him be more productive in the post.
Let me put it to you this way. If Aaron Baines picks up 2 or 3 quick fouls, I don't think anybody's going to panic. Marcus Morris, or a skilled player who is relied upon for his perimeter shooting, and granted, Aaron Baines has shown a 3-point shot none of us except Brad Stevens knew he had.
Making him.
But you don't want to lose a Jason Tatum, a Marcus Morris, or an Al Horford to early foul trouble. You put Aaron Baines in the lineup, I think it would free up Big Al to do some things down low, and it may even draw into some foul trouble some of the Cleveland bigs.
Yeah, that's a great point, because Marcus Morris, I feel like when he gets into foul trouble, it really gets him out of the game.
Yep.
He hates being called for fouls. I mean, who likes it generally? But I just feel like when he's trying to make stops and trying to be aggressive, that's when he tends to pick up fouls, and that's when he tends to get out of focus and out of rhythm.
Yeah, and I think Al Horford, when he has big games on the road, the Celtics usually respond and get the win. They did so in game number 3 in Philadelphia. That's been their only road win of the playoffs so far.
Yeah, they have to bounce back. If not, I think the Cavs are going to come in here with plenty of momentum, and you don't want to see that, especially when you're dealing with LeBron James and that cast of teammates that can get going.
No question, Josue. We'll have you covered on CLNSmedia.com. Follow us on Twitter for all Celtics coverage at Celtics CLNS. Outside TD Garden, home of game number 5 now of the Eastern Conference Finals. We know that after the Game 3 Cleveland win. He is Josue Pavone. I'm Mike Petraglia, CLNS Media.